Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I wanted to hop on here really quickly because news just broke about 30 minutes or so that Emmanuel Haro's parents, Rebecca and Jake Haro, have been arrested. And there are creators outside that were just so happen to be out there protesting as it seems everything took place. So it seems like it could potentially be on film. I was getting videos sent to me, links sent to me, letting me know what was going on. I know Dolly's Vision is there. There was another creator there. He passed out from like heat and dehydration. There's several people online right now streaming these creators. So I went into Dolly's Vision. We're going to back it up. There are rumors that little baby Emmanuel has been located and that it's not good. However, that is just a rumor as of right now. However, it does seem that it is verified that the parents have been arrested. I just saw that TMZ put up an article. We'll run to TMZ really quickly, read what they're saying, and we'll go watch some videos of this. I don't know if the arrest actually takes place on video. I do know you can see the police officers on video because I did see that. All right, it says Emmanuel Haro's parents of missing boy, Emmanuel Haro, parents of missing boy arrested. Let's see what all they know. The mystery surrounding the disappearance of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro just got a major update. The California baby's parents, Jake and Rebecca, have been arrested, TMZ has learned. Law enforcement tells us the couple who previously claimed their baby had been kidnapped in the parking lot of the Big Five sporting goods store in Yucaipa, California, are now facing potential charges after being arrested in their home Friday morning. Can I just say, if the baby's not been located, and they're not going to be charged with the M charge, I feel like I was thinking this the other day. I was like, minimum, they could get them with lying to the police. They've already confronted Rebecca about the fact that her story has changed. There's been inconsistencies in her story. So at minimum, she could be arrested for lying to the police. So I really thought an arrest would be coming, even if it was just, lying to the police. But we don't know what the charge is right now. The update comes over a week after the pair's initial kidnapping claims, which were later scrutinized due to the inconsistencies in the mother, Rebecca's story. Remember at the time, Rebecca claimed that she was attacked in the parking lot while changing Emmanuel's diaper. You guys share the live if you don't mind. This channel, YouTube doesn't push it out that much because I wasn't on it for a while. So if you guys don't mind, I don't know if YouTube's gonna push it out. But if you guys don't mind, just share the live for me. Let's see. I'm gonna change. Nope. Let's do it that one. Okay. She claims she heard someone say "Hola." She was punched, resulting in a loss of consciousness. And she has this black eye that, everybody assumed comes from her being punched. That's what I think. She even tried to portray that she was punched and that's how she got the black eye. But reports have come out that she's had that black eye for over a week. People have come out, seen her at places, and she's had the black eye for over a week. Investigators weren't able to rule out foul play and issued a police and dog search on the Haro family, on the home, which resulted in the seizure of Emmanuel's father's car. We're sure more developments are to come, so stay tuned. Now we're going to go over to Dolly's Vision because, like I said, he went live and he was on a live as the police showed up. So I am backing it up a good bit because I want to start not from the beginning. They were there. It seems like maybe protesting. Let me see. We're going to back it up.
They had them in separate vehicles, one in the white vehicle, one in the black vehicle.
So this is when the cops are showing up, from my understanding.
But they are in custody. They have been charged with the murder of Emmanuel. PJ, put it on subscribers only. We got a police walking down here now. You can see Detectives coming out. Good job, guys. They're busting on the Tita for being on the property. He crossed the line. They got him. He didn't stop recording. He's going to continue his recording. Good job, guys. Everybody's been waiting for this.
There's all kind of info that's came out recently. I wanted to do an update on this today anyways, because Jake Haro, the father, his first wife, who he has the older children with, she filed a restraining order against Jake just days ago. She filed a restraining order to protect her and the son that they share together. As far as why she filed this protective order, not sure. Don't know if it's just due to everything that's went on, if she has some suspicions about maybe Jake did do something to Emmanuel. So maybe she's just trying to protect their son. But she did file a protective order against Jake just a few days ago to protect her and the son that they share together. That's another creator who has been all over this. And he was actually on the property filming, but it seems the cops made him get off the property.
Okay, so we've been seeing him come in and out the house. There they are. You see them.
This is the real story.
All right, make sure y'all like the video, guys. We only got 500 likes. Let's get it up. Look, they're going into the barn. They're going into the barn area of the house. The shed. We're out here live on the scene. Dolly Vision, make sure you sub up. PJ, put it on subscribers only. And they're going into the barn of the house, the shed. They were taken into custody about 1 hour ago. They are being charged with the murder of Emmanuel and
I don't know what the
Emmanuel.
charge. I just want to say I don't know what the charge is. There's rumors that little Emmanuel has been located, but I don't know that for sure, and I haven't found anything to verify that they were charged with murder. I mean, they could be charged with lying to the police. We don't know what the charge is at this moment. I haven't
More
found anything.
vehicles going in.
I haven't found anything.
We got detectives.
And now you see investigators here on the Tita, and we're on the property here of Jake Haro. They have been arrested. San Bernardino County Sheriff. We have the story before. Are you having any? Are you gonna do a press conference today?
Y'all bear with me.
So we do have investigators here. We're gonna try to see if we are gonna do a press conference. Either it's gonna be here or it's gonna be at the jail. More than likely, it's gonna be here, but you can see forensics is here. San Bernardino County has entered the chat. We are in Riverside County now because this is a state line adjacent to the county in San Bernardino, but they are not in Riverside. This is a San Bernardino County effort with joint efforts of the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. So you can see we have Riverside County Sheriff, we have San Bernardino County Sheriff, we have Banning PD here, we have Beaumont, Cabazon. I mean, everybody is here. The only one that ain't here is Emmanuel on the Tita, but we're here for you, Bo. We are here for you on the Tita.
Good news if you're just coming in. Arrest has been made in the Emmanuel Haro case. They are arresting the parents. They are in custody right now. They are up in the house, in the small unit of the house, the brick building you see with the porch right there. And they have been going into the shed. Now, there's rumors that they're digging back there. They have everything blocked off, but they are in custody. There has been justice served for Emmanuel. Good news this morning, good news. Definitely make sure y'all like this video as you come in. A like today is a like for little Emmanuel Haro. Thank God this is over.
Well, it's not
And
over.
there will be some justice.
Definitely not
Detectives
over.
are in the street. There's detectives inside the little unit right there. And I just seen them going into the shed. At this time, I'm not sure if his body has been found, but the arrest has been made. 2,000 of you in the chat. We don't even have 1,000 likes on this video, guys. Definitely hit the like on this video. We got some justice today. All the craziness is over.
Oh, I don't think
These
it's
people
over.
are going to jail. Somebody fell out.
That was the reporter that fell out. The guy.
I don't know if it's heat stroke, what?
It was. It was heat and dehydration.
Oh my God!
Calm down, people. Calm down.
911 way. On the Tita just fell out.
Okay, that's the reporter that's been like keeping up with this. That's the guy that's on TikTok, and I think
Okay, he's up. He's up.
He was dehydrated. The
It is
ambulance
hot
just came
out
to check
today.
on him.
Police are helping on the scene. Okay, they got ambulances on the way. Let me get me some water. Good Lord.
You better.
He fell out on the Tita. He just took a good spill. I know he.
I'm trying to update everything, guys, because I jumped to go live so quickly. We're going to, I think, Dolly Vision goes silent for a second while he's getting him some water. So we're going to jump over to Fox 11 News has a report out. We're going to go over it really quickly. It says Emmanuel Haro's parents of missing 7-month-old baby arrested. Nothing is confirming exactly what they've been charged with so far. So I want to be clear with that I know some people saying they were arrested for the MUR, but MURDER. We don't know that. They could be charged with lying to the police. I mean, you guys remember Casey Anthony? When Casey Anthony was first arrested, it was for like fraud or something. It was for writing checks, from her mom's bank account. It wasn't and then she was charged with lying to the police. And then it was that because they were just trying to arrest her, and they couldn't do the M charge yet because they didn't have enough evidence, but they did have evidence that she had stolen a checkbook or something. So they first got her with that, and then it was lying to the police. So it says the brief Emmanuel Haro's was first reported missing on Thursday, August 14th. If my brain can work, maybe my mouth would. Officials claim his mother stopped cooperating with the investigation over the weekend. Now, here's the thing. Emmanuel's father, Jake, got an attorney, right? The attorney went on News Nation and Banfield, their YouTube channels, and made sure to say that he only represented Jake. That's interesting. Excuse me. That's interesting for the father to hire an attorney, for him to go on television and to say, I'm only representing Jake. I'm not representing Rebecca, his wife. And I heard that the wife ended up having to hire her own lawyer because Jake's attorney was not representing her. And that's weird, which leads me to wonder if Jake will eventually turn on his wife, because why pay for two lawyers when you can get one to represent both you guys? You're married. Why not just hire one to represent, you as a couple? But no, he specifically said in an interview that he was only representing the father, Jake. Now, Jake and his ex, they were both arrested and charged with child ABUSC. for their daughter. They had a daughter who was not very old, and she went into the hospital. She had broken ribs. They found out upon, seeing her in the hospital, doing x-rays, that she had, I think, 6 ribs that were actually healing, that had been broken and were in the healing stage. A lot of they were able to basically assess this little girl and could determine that she had been beaten and bruised, and it was not even new injuries. Some were not, some were healing. So when that happened, she blamed him, he blamed her. He was arrested for it. One lawyer, can't they represent a couple? Oh, I guess if it's a conflict of interest, okay. Because I was like, I think I've heard of lawyers representing husband and wife, but maybe not. But I mean, husband and wife, they have that law in some places. I don't know if it's every place where you don't have to testify against your spouse. But I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to go too much into that because I could be wrong on that as well. But the little girl was placed. She was adopted. They changed her name, but she has a trach. She cannot, like, she is completely, she has to be taken care of. She has to be complete. She's like 8 years old now, I think it is, and she has to be completely taken care of. Jake also had a son that had fetal alcohol syndrome, and the same lady that adopted the girl adopted him as well. And from my understanding, the 2-year-old, Rebecca and Jake's 2-year-old that was removed from the house right after all this took place, she has also been placed with the same family member. Yes, the little girl has about 3% of brain activity. Yes. And he only got like 180 days in jail and then probation. He didn't even get, but he blamed the mom blamed him. So I just kind of wonder, like, could it be that he's already setting himself up? Like, if it comes down to it, it's on her. Officers claim the mother stopped cooperating. Now, one thing that the attorney said is the attorney claims that the police officers had not investigative officers had not reached out to him to set up a meeting with his client. And the moment they did, that his client would be more than happy to cooperate and sit down and talk to them. He even said, they turned over their cell phone devices. They didn't have to do that, but they did have to do that because they had a warrant for their cell phones. So, I mean, I guess they didn't have to do it, but they would not have been in compliant with a court order, and they could have been arrested for it. But this lawyer is definitely making it out like, oh yes, they will work with them. Yes, they'll talk. Yes, they turned over their phones. They gave them their vehicle, but this stuff was done with a warrant. On Friday, Emmanuel's parents were arrested as authorities conducted an operation at their Riverside County home. It's been more than a week since 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro was reported missing and allegedly kidnapped from the Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa. Well, we know on Friday, authorities were conducting an operation at the family's home. In Cabazon, I think I'm saying that right, an unincorporated community in Riverside County, roughly 40 miles east of Riverside. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department confirms Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca, were arrested. Meanwhile, Emmanuel has not been located. Now, there's rumors going around that he was located, but that's not confirmed. We're not going to go into the backstory because we already know the backstory, so we're going to jump over to X, and I'm going to see if there's any updates on X, and then we'll go back to the video. All right. Baby Emmanuel Haro's. Okay, Rebecca and Jake Haro, the parents of missing 7-month-old, arrested. They got them, denied bond. Bond has not been denied. Someone's just saying, hey, deny their bond. So this ABC 7 says baby Emmanuel Haro's parents arrested on suspicion of M amid search for missing 7-month-old. So this says on suspicion. Can you arrest on suspicion? I don't know. Breaking Emmanuel's Haro. Parents of baby Emmanuel Haro arrested in Cabazon, California. The parents of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, who first reported kidnapped in Yucaipa just over a week ago, have been arrested. Authorities confirmed this morning that Jake and Rebecca Haro were taken into custody at their Cabazon home. The sheriff's department announced both were arrested for PC 187. Okay. The sheriff's department announced both were arrested for PC 187 murder. Detectives say the search for Emmanuel is still ongoing. The case began on August 14th when Rebecca told investigators she'd been attacked and knocked unconscious in a Yucaipa Big Five parking lot. When she woke up, she claimed her baby was gone. Investigators soon found inconsistencies in her stories. Rebecca was confronted with these inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue the interview. At that point of the investigation, investigators are unable to rule out foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. Investigators seized Jake Haro's vehicle earlier this week. Records also show he previously pled guilty to willful cruelty to a child in 2018. Detectives searched the Haro's home with K9 units last weekend. A nearby house fire Tuesday was later determined to be unrelated, and a lot of people thought maybe it was. There was a house and not far from them that was set ablaze or caught on fire somehow, and a lot of people speculated that it had something to do with little missing Emmanuel. Authorities are urging anyone with information to call the Sheriff's Specialized Investigations Division at 909-890-4904 as the search for Emmanuel continues. Here is the officers showing up. Little Emmanuel. This is someone else that was
away. And yeah. The latest update, we do have it. We were first on scene, just by chance. Complete 100% chance. They did arrest Jake and Rebecca Haro. We do have the video of the arrest. Like we said, if anybody does see it out there, please just make sure we are tagged. Hopefully there's justice for this baby. The outcome does not look good. We were told by a San Bernardino County sheriff. News does not look good, unfortunately, for the baby. So that's the latest as of now. Sorry, I just clicked out.
Wow.
Recorded some of it.
Would walk through that door right there. Even the live that I was on, the sheriffs went through there. That's the fence that they broke down. Not that.
We do have a detective coming by right now to talk.
Towards my way.
So.
How's it going?
Hi.
Good.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Saw the show.
You're not recording me, are you?
No. Heck no.
No.
You want to be recorded?
No.
Okay, no, sir. It's
I do
down.
not want to be on that.
No,
That's
no,
okay. You will be on
not
chat.
at all.
Did you guys record everything?
We were here before you guys.
Just by chance.
It was no by chance though. We just wanted to come by and see the signs, and next thing you know, I was like, oh my God, you guys are coming in fast. And that's
Did you get everything recorded when they came in? Am I going to see it on Fox 11 tonight?
Whoop, maybe.
Maybe. If you're okay with it.
You guys see what you do?
Yep.
Thank you. But no, thank you guys for doing what you guys do. And
We guys just hanging here? Are you TikTokers or what is it?
honestly, we're not news. We're not them. We're just normal people, and
Century?
yeah.
Live in
we live in Yucaipa, and we live like 2 blocks from
Our
where
town.
it all.
That's crazy. These are not even TikTokers or YouTubers. They just lived close to the location and went out there and just so happened to be there when the police showed up to arrest the parents. And right now they have over 3,000 people on their live, or they did at the moment. Yes, from now what I'm seeing, it has been confirmed that it is a M charge. But when I first hopped on, I had not seen anything confirming that yet, so I didn't want to put it out there.
Went and just kind of followed it from there.
We wanted justice for this baby like everyone else. So, yep.
All right. Well, we're going to be here for a little bit. I think the media's going to start popping up here in a minute.
Okay.
Oh no.
Is there anywhere we can't be or can be? We just don't
We're
want
set up a line right there. You're
Okay.
welcome to hang out.
Great.
Okay. Awesome.
Did you
Thank you.
watch Ahmed Bidarosa on the theater?
We're him now. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he'll be here in a minute. You probably could talk to that dude. He'll be very nice to you.
Let's see. All right, we're gonna go back. Okay, here's some pictures of, which I think we've seen all of these, but just a few pictures of little baby Emmanuel. No, that's so sad. Here, Nexus is breaking update. Rebecca and Jake Haro have been arrested for the murder of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro. Authorities confirm sheriffs, homicide detectives, along with the Specialized Enforcement Division took the pair into custody at their Cabazon home early this morning. I want to find pictures of the little girl, his daughter. I've come across a couple of videos. That show the little girl. Let me see if we're gonna watch a little bit more of Dolly, and I'm gonna see if I have those pictures. Dolly said he's got to get hydrated since somebody done passed out over there.
Here's an ice rag.
Oh, he was
It's
getting
wet,
an ice
soaked in
rag.
ice. That rag is ice cold. Thank you for whoever gave me that rag yesterday.
Yeah, he just. Yeah.
No, I don't have. I'm not complaining, bro. I mean, I'm not complaining. I haven't been in a while, but I have to admit that's like. No, you're joking. You're trying to catch your breath, bro. You're probably not for the first week.
Here, that's ice cold.
Oh yeah. Why can't you just sit here with me until we get
That's the creator that passed out due to like heat and dehydration.
Yeah,
Okay. He's up, guys. He's okay. Ooh, that was scary. Okay. So thank you to whatever viewer gave me that cool rag yesterday. And I had that cooler ice from all you guys bringing that ice. There's a reason for everything. People are put in certain places at certain times. So that rag the guy gave me yesterday came in handy. And all that ice and water that I had in the car. But I still got to get me a water because I gave him mine. I don't want to be the next one to go down. It is so hot. You got to remember, guys, we are in the desert. And they're in the house of Emmanuel right now. Paramedics on the way. The streets are filling up with people. So, wow.
I think if it's too cold, it can send them into shock, right? If you someone that's
let me grab me a quick water.
suspected
I don't
of
want to
having
be the
heat
next one
stroke,
to
if you
fall out.
if you give them an ice cold rag, it can send them into shock, I do believe. Right? Is that right?
Dangerously hot.
Wow, it was like early.
They're getting them in a cool car now. Thank God.
I'm gonna pause. I found a video about Jake's daughter, Promise. Nope, go back.
That cousin has cared for this little girl and even renamed her. Her new name is Promise.
That's what he did to her. Jake was arrested for child abuse, willfully harming a child, his daughter, with his ex. They were both arrested, and this is what he did to her.
Show you those photos. They are quite disturbing. So fair warning in advance. Here is the little girl in her hospital bed, 10 weeks old. She is recovering here from several fractures to her ribs, to her skull, and to her legs. She is also recovering from a brain hemorrhage. This little girl was eventually removed from the Haro home, and she was adopted by one of Vanessa's cousins. That cousin has cared for this little girl and even renamed her. Her new name is Promise Faith. According to the cousin, Promise is now 7 years old. But take a look at this picture. The damage that she suffered from those injuries was permanent. Promise was left blind. Promise was left unable to walk. Promise was left unable to talk and unable to swallow due to strangulation.
Y'all.
We are told from this cousin that Promise has 3% brain function, that Promise needs a feeding tube, and that Promise will need round-the-clock care for the rest of her life. So let's just contemplate this as you see these pictures. Jake Haro, who beat this child, received 6 months in jail and probation afterwards. The same cousin who adopted this little girl, Promise, also took in Jake's oldest son, who she says was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. That child was named after his father, Jake, but the cousin also renamed the little boy. His new name is Carlos. And now this same cousin who has taken in 2 of Jake Haro's children, one that Jake Haro beat into a lifelong condition, another that was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Now this cousin is caring for a 3rd child removed from the Haro home just this week. A 2-year-old child was taken out of Jake and Rebecca's care. I'm joined now by true crime digital creator Abby Escobar, who spoke directly with this cousin who has been caring for these children. Abby uncovered these incredible details. First and foremost, I don't even know what the word is, apoplectic, devastated, angry, all of the above, that these 3 kids have had to be moved out of the Haro home, and yet the Haros still had children living there. Let's just start right there, Abby.
Something's wrong in the world today if you do this to a child and you spend no time in prison. If you do this to a child, you should spend the rest of your life in prison. And now I wonder, the judge who sentenced him to his little measly 180 days and let this man walk again, I'm very curious who that judge is. And if he'll feel any, I know they have to go by all these rules and everything when they sentence people, but this is absurd that he did that to his daughter, continued to have children, and did not even spend any time behind bars, really. But then people go to prison for, Alice Johnson was serving a life sentence for marijuana. How does this make sense?
Cruelty, a prison sentence, and this little child was left with lifelong incapacities. How is it that they still had kids?
How?
I don't get it. It is such a huge injustice. I mean, they practically killed that child, and here they are just living their lives like nothing even happened.
Yep.
How is that fair?
Well, and it's shocking to think that there were 2 other kids at least.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there are more, but Jake Haro Jr. renamed Carlos, and now this 2-year-old baby, not pictured on your screen. This is baby Promise, who's now 7, but another baby that's 2 years old that has been moved into the cousin's care, and of course, baby Emmanuel.
So right here is just some of the details that she went over in the video. New details emerged about the injuries of Emmanuel's baby sister. She suffered years before Emmanuel disappeared. The sister of 7-month-old Emmanuel was badly injured at just 10 weeks old. 10 weeks old. They're just so little. They're still so little. To the point of no longer being able to see, talk, or walk. According to journalist Abby Escobar, a baby Emmanuel was reported missing August 14th. His mother told the police, "We know all this." Warrants have been issued for cell phones belonging to Emmanuel's parents, Rebecca and Jake. Abby Blabby told Banfield on Wednesday that Emmanuel's sister Promise, Jake Haro's daughter from a previous marriage, who is now 7, was practically killed by the injuries she suffered as an infant. Escobar spoke with Promise's adoptive mom, a cousin of Jake's ex-wife. She renamed the girl Promise Faith. They were told they didn't think she would even live a week after this happened, but they have done everything they can for this little girl to keep her going. She can't walk, she can't talk, she's blind. It's just horrible. But I mean, she said that Promise is her miracle baby, and she really is. It's amazing that she survived that at 10 weeks old. Now, when all of this happened, I heard a story, or I watched a video where they said when they brought her into the ER, Jake and the mom, he said he was giving her a bath. He was giving her a bath and dropped her, and she landed on the side of the tub. And she had broken ribs, but she had ribs that had previously been broken and were in the middle of healing. And they was able to get his phone and her phone back then, and he had searched how to feed a baby with broken ribs. Okay, Jamie. Jake Haro pled guilty to willful child cruelty after Promise was admitted to the hospital with broken bones in 2018. Per the Daily Breeze, an affidavit citing comments from doctors at Loma Linda University Medical Center found Promise had an acute fractured rib, healing fractures of 6 ribs, a skull fracture, a brain hemorrhage, swelling of the neck, and a healing fractured leg bone. An officer wrote, quoting a doctor, "The combination of the above finding is a pre-mobile infant in the absence of a plausible history of significant trauma to explain the injuries, is indicative of abuse, head trauma, child physical abuse, and nutritional neglect." The outlet also reported Jake Haro told the police his sister opened his iPad to a webpage that read how to feed a baby with broken ribs. He denied to the officer that he'd used the iPad at the time of the search, which occurred before Promise arrived at the hospital in 2018. She feels that justice wasn't served the first time, Escobar said of Promise's adoptive mom. She said that when she first heard the news story, it just broke her to pieces. She immediately had a feeling, as I feel most people have. I mean, the story just doesn't really make very much sense. Police say Rebecca Haro declined to be interviewed further when she was questioned about the inconsistencies in the story about Emmanuel's disappearance. And the detectives haven't been able to rule out foul play. All right, we have all this. Okay, we're going to jump back over. We're going to see. We're going to jump a good ways up into Dolly's video, because I think they're getting ready to do a press conference, maybe. More media outlets showing up.
And I hit the phone, BJ was like, "You know what's going on?" I was like, "No, they don't see her like that, you know."
Because they're saying there's going to be a press conference soon. I don't know. Some people suppose it's going to be here.
All right, they're born still. They ain't got nothing else to do. Yeah, so I mean, actually, I go right there to that clothing store to on my white jeans and long suit. I was here yesterday. Yeah, the program, you know, this is crazy. You know, they can't pass it. You can't get it past the drive. We get this back. You know what I'm saying? Like, give them his back, mom. All right. I'm back with you guys. I'm good. I'm good. I'm right here. I don't want to pull up too close. I want to give the people with cameras, the news people, room.
I'm saying that because it's going to get flooded and they're going to block you. That guy just blocks you. You know what I mean? That's why I said roll up to right there so they can't put it on a tripod. You know what I mean?
That cooler, I think, is blocking me from pulling up any. All right, this gives us a better view.
I gotta look for something, guys.
Put some cooler there so they can't put a tripod there.
Yeah, all right.
This is Dolly Vision that's there on the scene.
Hey, Gino.
Someone posted this on X. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department update August 22nd, 2025, 39 minutes ago. This morning, detectives from the Sheriff's Homicidal Detail and Specialized Enforcement Division arrested Jake and Rebecca Haro at their residence in Cabazon for PC 187 murder. Investigators will continue their search for 7-month-old Emmanuel. So he has not been found. The report says from the Sheriff's Department they have been arrested for the unaliving of the baby, but the baby has not been found. That was, let's see. Well, that was earlier today. It was posted here. It says 39 minutes ago, but that's when the screenshot was taken. So. Yeah, there it is. 47 minutes ago is when it was, so he's not been located. We'll read some of the comments really quickly. I did hear about that, Dana. Yes, I know. Yeah, some of what you're talking about. Yeah, we all knew immediately when we saw the interview. I hope you make him wear diapers for the rest of his miserable life in prison. She's even worse, a demon who killed her own baby. They will both burn in hell for all of eternity. Thank you for getting these monsters. Wild.
The house.
Let's see if I can figure out where they're going to do a press conference at, because that's what
So
I
now
keep
all the
hearing.
news, I put my car where the news can't put their tripods. So they can't block me.
Oh,
That was smart. That was smart of them to say that. They were like, man, move your car up so that way they'll put a tripod in front of you.
he said no.
That way we ain't staring at these people's back. Well, we still get the lazy guy with the crooked eye. That is the house right there. Thank you, Dixie. Thank you guys that have been supporting the channel. It's awesome of you. Did the police leave? No, there's still plenty of police here. There's a lot of police up in the house. Still, all the detectives are inside the house. Forensics inside the house. They have a helicopter up above us. I don't know if is this air conditioning really loud for you guys, like you're in a wind tunnel? There's nobody outside the house right now. Trust me, if there's anything you need to see, like out movement outside the house, I will show you. I'll get out and show you.
Mm.
Audio was good. Okay, now the cops are moving a little bit. They're letting somebody through. Detectives. They're letting detectives through. They're blacked out. They coming through. Detectives are coming through. So he backed up to let these cars come through. See them going down to the end of the road?
Like that's probably investigators. That's what our investigators around here drive. They drive like Nissan Altimas and stuff like that.
He got him a chair.
Casey Anthony was arrested without a body. They hadn't found Kaylee when they arrested her. And then when they found her,
that's what I ought to do is set a chair right there too.
When they found little Kaylee, they had contacted the police department and they said, put Casey somewhere where she can see the TV and have it on the news. They wanted Casey to be watching the news at the moment that they announced that that a body was found. And so they did that, and the jail cameras was able to capture her reaction to the news that a body had been found. I mean, there could be digital evidence of them talking about the unaliving, and they just don't know where the body is at this point. Maybe they do know where the body is, yeah, but they just have not recovered the body yet. I don't know.
I threw my chair out there just to keep our view open. That way they stop blocking us. He got his chair over there. I got my chair there. That way people are like, okay, stop blocking the view. We want to be able to see everything. Yes, they have been arrested. If you've been tuning in, and they've been arrested on suspicion of murder. If you look all the way down at the end of the street, we have 2 detectives walking up to the house right now. So right now, they're only been charged with suspicion of murder, says Local News 7. So they're all out here filming all the news cameras. They're going up to the house. Hopefully they find some evidence in this house. We do know that they have searched their phones. They seized their vehicles. And today, Rebecca and Jake Haro have been arrested for suspicion of murder. Okay? They haven't been arrested for murder yet. Just suspicion of murder. And a lot of the locals are saying, well, this is a charge.
This has been updated to murder. The San Bernardino Parish Sheriff's Department, whatever it is, did confirm it was murder. It's no longer suspicion.
That's just enough to get them off the street until they do charge them officially with 1st degree or 2nd degree murder.
I feel like they might could get the wife to tell on the dad if he did it and she knows. Well, obviously she knows what happened to the baby. The baby was not kidnapped, and she knows that.
Okay. Where's the baby shirts? Getting a lot of news today.
So you guys, I wanted to double check this because Well, just so I make sure I have the right information. Yes, I have to go to that, April. So, a single lawyer generally cannot represent a husband and a wife in a criminal case due to the inherent conflict of interest, which could materially limit the lawyer's ability to advocate for each client's separate interest. While a waiver might be possible, ethical guidelines and the risk of conflicting interests often prevent dual representation, making separate attorneys the advisable course of action to protect each spouse's rights. Okay, and then because if he is arrested, she could refuse to testify. I knew there was something where spouses do not have to testify against each other. It says in most jurisdiction, a spouse generally can refuse to testify against their husband or wife in criminal proceedings, thanks to a legal concept called spousal privilege. This privilege allows a spouse to either refuse to testify or prevent their spouse from testifying against them in court, particularly concerning matters that occurred during their marriage. However, this privilege is not an absolute and has several expectations. And I feel like, the unaliving of your child is probably an exception to that, to all of that. So yeah, the exceptions. Spousal privilege does not apply in cases involving bigamy, crimes against the other spouse or their children, domestic violence, child abuse, non-support, desertion, or neglect of parental duty. So, in this case, she cannot use spousal privilege.
And I think there's probably like 12 of them left in there. So roll the window down, Dolly.
All right, we're going to go over to this. Not that one. Where'd it go? No, that is right. Bear with me. We're going to go to another video in just a second. I had it up and then I lost it. All right. We're going to that. That is not the right one. Get over there. There we go. That's what I'm trying to play. Now, if I can play it.
How long ago? It's very sad, because a lot of people think the baby never even arrived to that football event. Here's some more footage from SF Investigates, the crime scene. As you can see, they got it blocked off there. A lot of spectators out there. Outside the scene. Baby Emmanuel. What happened to baby Emmanuel? Stand by. We got another one coming up here.
Details as soon as we get them.
So the lawyer lied. The lawyer lied. Huh. Right? Lawyer lied. Not shocking, but the lawyer lied.
Lawyers lie, unfortunately.
We are outside the scene here. Massive crime scene, massive situation. Outside the home of Jake and Rebecca Haro.
It should be on the news now. I've found 2 news reports online. KTL, what was it, you guys? They're reporting it now. TMZ. I mean, you know, if you want to trust TMZ, but it is being reported. Maybe not like, it might not be on TV on the news, but outlets are reporting it now.
Yeah, because he's at chemo right now.
He's at chemo. Yeah.
Of course, KP.
There's been no reports of the body being found yet. I believe Ahmed, from what others are saying, is he was taken to the hospital.
The baby has not been located. They did search the house several times. They also got the parents' phone and the vehicle. Probably people out there walking around or something, like officers walking around. So there's a news channel right there on the scene.
Breaking news here in Cabazon. Early this morning, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department announced the arrest of Rebecca and Jake Haro, arrested on suspicion of murder. They're out here right now.
Now, this has been updated. It's not suspicion, or I don't know if it was ever suspicion, but maybe the cop says suspicion, but the police department is saying she's been arrested, or they've been arrested, or everybody else saying suspicion, but the police department itself made a post.
Are they going to find this baby?
So they're continuing their search.
Oh, I think the mom. You know, who knows, Miss Buck? That's very possible.
So the search is still continuing, you guys.
This is Yucaipa, California.
The parents lied. The parents lied. How shocking. Not.
I don't know who that is on the scene.
They lied. They lied to everyone. The parents.
Never mind
they
who
lied.
that is.
It was the complete lie, folks. A complete lie. She went on national television and claimed the baby was kidnapped. It was a lie. She lied. She's going to be in big, big trouble here. Big trouble. We got another feed coming up here shortly. Stand by as we evaluate the situation here. Massive police operation unfolding before our eyes. We're in Cabazon, California, at the home of Jake and Rebecca Haro.
Yeah, Cabazon, Yucaipa is where the baby was allegedly kidnapped from. That was Yucaipa at the Big Five. The home is in Cabazon.
And we're trying to see what's going on here as we try to get more information about the situation. Authorities just put out a statement at this time, but there is a major operation unfolding before our eyes at the home. You got some choppers that are up above the sky in the area. Their Cabazon home circling while police gather any type of clue or anything about Emmanuel. All right, stand by. We got something else too. Justice is being done.
Give me a second.
If you take a look, Susan, what was it? Susan Smith blamed an African American, right?
That's correct. Yes.
So by saying the man said "Hola,"
right?
Are they blaming like
Absolutely.
a Mexican, an immigrant? Could this be looked at as some sort of a racial play by mom and dad?
That's the first thing I thought.
Well, it also lends itself to the area. Okay, you know, I'm sure that there are a large number of Spanish-speaking individuals in the area of California. So I don't think that it necessarily.
Yeah, but if it's made up, like you had to make up, first of all, that they said something, and then you make up something that they said something in Spanish. Like
Right.
I think that's bad.
Absolutely.
It's
You
really
remember the case in Massachusetts where the guys claimed that you know, an African American had committed a was it a red rum on a bridge?
Well, there was a carjacking that had gone wrong.
Right.
Cards who were shooting, and then he had said that it was that they were jumped. Okay, they were they had gotten lost. They were in a bad neighborhood, and then it turned out not being true. And then I believe he ended up jumping off the bridge himself at some point.
Right.
But you know, you're right. I didn't even think of it from the standpoint of that they're throwing that out, that it's something that is, you know, on people's minds today with regards to immigration and
all over the news. It just seemed it stuck out to me like that, you know, pretty obvious. They were trying to cast blame.
They don't seem that smart.
It's voluntary, KP.
You know,
No, they're not that bright.
And that's why I can't give it that kind of
Well,
credit.
well, on the flip side of that, though, is I don't think it's that smart to try to do that, to try to blame, like, you know, a Latino or something to that effect because of things that are going on in the news. I don't think it's a very smart move, but it sounds like that's what they were up to me.
Yeah, and the thing is, she says she saw nothing, right? So they didn't take it to the next level that I saw this guy doing whatever. But that would be the only clue if this was an act.
Well, that's why she said it knocked her out very quickly. She said she was like, I don't remember nothing, just seeing white. And then I woke up. I've never been knocked out before, but I just feel like if you get knocked out, you probably are going to see, I don't know, maybe you see white. I don't know. Anybody in the chat ever been hit in the head so hard you've been knocked out? Do you see white? Is it different for everyone? I don't know. But it was just, I was reading something on how, like, people, when they plan this stuff, like murders, whatever, they always have a way to try to keep from having to explain certain things, right? So for this mom, in order to get out of explaining what this perpetrator looked like, you know, this kidnapper looked like, she decided, oh, well, I was rendered unconscious before I even turned around. But if you have a black eye and you're claiming you got that black eye from being hit, then you absolutely have to have turned around. Not everything just goes black, just starts fading in black, and then you're down. Do y'all think you white? I don't know.
Actual abduction, which it wasn't. So I think Hola Man does. Here's the question, right? So for prosecutors at trial, do they introduce Hola Man?
Well, Vin, I just want to say one thing. As you know, when we start our show, I always start with "Hola, Tanginistas." You think they were trying to make
They're
me
trying to frame Al. Maybe.
Yeah.
They're
Should have been framing
Albert.
Oh, I wonder if I'm going to be called at the
Yes.
time of trial to
As a
see if
witness.
I have an alibi, and I do. Trust
But
me.
do prosecutors make it part of the case? I'm always
No, I don't. No, I don't think they. I think. Look, the thing is this: you don't ever want to have a situation as a prosecutor, as you know, Vinny, that where you've got too many people that could be pointing things at. I think you gloss over it from the standpoint of that from the moment that they came into our domain, they were lying. They were lying. They were lying. They were lying. They were throwing things out there that were not true. Inconsistencies, statements, things that made no sense. I leave it at that, and then see if the defense is stupid enough to try to play a hand there.
Well, here's my concern always, and I've seen this, and it happened in the Zimmerman case, and it cost them the case.
Yeah,
is where the suspect has a story. You know it's not true. You believe it's laughable, and you as a prosecutor put it in front of the jury. But now you've put in the defendant's story in front of the jury without the defendant testifying and being cross-examined.
Exactly
And
right.
people don't, and a lot of prosecutors don't think of it that way. I do, because I want to put them up on the witness stand. If they want to allege that Ola Man abducted this child, then you get up on the witness stand and you tell this jury about Ola Man. I'm not going to tell them. I'm not going to play the videos. I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to talk about is the proof of the red rum and the proof that ties it to mom and dad. But here's the problem. If it's a case on some of that circumstantial evidence, then maybe you have to buttress your case by trying to prove their lie and their cover-up. But I don't like doing that. If I'm going for red rum as my charge, I want to just put the evidence that they did it. And if they want to prove that there's an alternative theory, let them put that evidence in, or let them try to put that evidence in, because really the only way you get it in is by mom testifying. And if she's not going to testify, then I don't know. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let me give you, I'm throwing out scenarios of what could happen at trial, because that's kind of our area of expertise here. Jones, you worked at Court TV for a long, long time running the radio division over there. Al was with me, and I could show you the proof on Court TV when I used to, before I started dyeing my hair silver. That's how long ago it was, because I started doing this a few years ago. And if mom is a cooperating witness and she testifies about what really happened, does she get impeached by dad's lawyer with the Ola story?
No, because what she's going to say is that's what he told me to say.
That's a good question.
And if I didn't say it, I was going to be, I would be ending up the same place Emmanuel ended up.
But if they don't find Emmanuel, another potential defense, if mom cooperates, is going to be dad pointing the finger at mom.
Well, of course that's going to happen. Okay. But there's going to be, it's a question of who's the more sympathetic of the two. And obviously he's got a problem with the prior conviction. He's got a problem that he can't necessarily take the stand because of that. All right. And she's got the situation where she's the only, black mark against her is that she's the her brother was a red rummer who set up a story that the victim committed suicide. Okay. It turned out not to be true. So you do have someone in the family that is diabolical enough that is able to set something up like that. So, does that, does the apple fall far from that gene pool? I think, honestly, I think what's going to end up happening, there will never be a trial in this matter. What's going to end up happening, they're going to turn her, she's going to end up pleading to some form of a manslaughter, and then they'll get him to go, and he's going to be out on something else.
No.
And they're never going to go to trial.
I mean, he almost took the life of another baby. So
Right.
I can't see any deal for him other than no chance of ever getting out. By the way, over 4,100 live viewers right now on my Facebook, Twitch, X, and of course on my YouTube and the Court TV YouTube. What we need you to do, though, on 3, everyone, if you're on YouTube,
We'll go check the police department page because they posted updates. And the last update they said they were still looking for the baby. So unless something has changed since then, we'll go check really quickly. All right, 1 hour ago was the last update, and that's the one where they say investigators will continue their search for 7-month-old Emmanuel. The poll didn't make sense. I was saying, like, who do you think did it? Who is responsible? Do you think, if you think, because it won't let you say mom or dad, you can't change yes, no. You can only do yes, no's, to my knowledge, anyways. Maybe you could do, I don't know, I didn't try. So because it only gives you the option of yes, no, I put, who do you think is guilty? If you think the mom is guilty, put yes. If you think the dad is guilty, put no. I could have added another option for maybe for both parents, because obviously both parents play a part in this. They both lied, but I'm wondering who you guys think physically took him out. Nat says, think mom did it and dad is covering up and is an accomplice with the disposal. Just speculation on my part. Me too. So, okay, maybe I should have did the poll a little bit differently. Okay, so if you think mom is the one that took the baby and the dad covered it up, put yes. If you think mom with dad's cover up, put yes. If you think it's the other way, dad did it with mom's cover up, put no. The dad did it, the mom is helping cover it up because he probably on her too because of his past, but they both are involved. Once they start interrogating them, they will turn on each other. Exactly. Exactly. I think the dad did it only because he has a history of shaking babies and hurting babies. I think the dad did it and the mom is covering it up. Yeah. I think the dad did it just like with the other kids. Because he probably okay. So all you guys have y'all's very different opinions. Let's bring up a few more. Who are we gonna go back to? I think this is JL Investigates. I want to go to Vinnie Politan, whoever his is. Let me find it.
you need to hit the like button. If you're on Facebook, you got to hit the like, but also share it. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
I know.
Boom. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Bulldog Detective. Vinny, I think there's a comma here.
Yes.
I don't think I remind her of Letitia Stout. Vinny reminds me of Letitia Stout. No. Vinny, comma. This reminds me of Letitia Stout and her made-up kidnapper excuse. Absolutely sounds like that. Thanks so much, Bulldog Detective.
You know, we're operating under the assumption that he may be more guilty than she, and I understand why you're doing that.
Yes.
But the possibility does exist that it could have been the other way around.
Could have been. That's why it's a race to the prosecutor.
That's exactly right.
First one gets the deal. Show me the body.
And justice for all. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal.
But we don't know, and this is an important issue right here. Thanks so much, Tupac's wife. What's their proof of a red rum? That we don't know.
We're surmising that it was.
We're surmising, and they have some. They're still searching for more evidence, and they're searching for baby Emmanuel out at the home. And they went in early this morning for the arrest.
You've got a car that was seized. Okay, carrion obviously has an odor that sticks around for a while, especially where there's 108 degrees out, and that could very well have been something that's with regards to his car. that is a remnant in there, and that there may have found any type of blood proof or any other type of DNA that will lead them to believe that. And then the dogs, they sniff that, they know something's been there. And that's probably what it is. I'm sure that they were trying to figure out what to do. And what do? You store it in the car. And then, that carrion smell is just awful. Anyone who's ever gone through a autopsy, which unfortunately I've had to go through 3, it's just the most horrific experience that you'll ever have. And that smell doesn't get out of your nostrils forever.
Yeah. Mrs. Machete, she will flip by noon. And what is it, 10:30 out there right now? I think it's 10:30. We'll have the baby by the end of the day. The fresh black eye is all the evidence. Well, it depends where the baby is. If the baby was discarded.
Want to try terzepatide?
So this is terzepatide.
Look at this. This seems like this is coming from SF Investigates. Detectives sifting through garbage at the home of Jake and Rebecca Haro. The street is blocked off, and the Scientific Investigations crime scene truck is on the scene. They're sifting through garbage, it looks like, on the corner of their house. It might be like some sort of garage or something in front of, like, that area right in front of their house there. Investigators are focused on the front. If you're facing the house, it's the front left corner of the home. If you're looking in the back of the house, it'd be the right front. And they're sifting through something up there. That's what SF, and he's a private investigator. He's out there. He's been doing work out there with the drones, getting the area. But it seems like that's what they're focusing on, right? The CSI truck is there. That's what they're focusing on right there. Right there. Garbage. What's happening here, folks? Garbage. They think Emmanuel's in the garbage there or some sort of evidence. Ugh, horrible. Viewer discretion is advised. I hope we are having an adult conversation. It's, I think we're all in the consensus that the baby's dead. They're charged with murder. They're charged with murder. So this is a murder investigation. Murder investigation. They got gloves on. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Pretty crazy out there. I guess there's a big billboard. They got a big billboard in front of their house. So, I mean, the house is spread up. It's a trust. It's a trust under his family, Jake's family. This is where Rebecca and Jake have been holed up. And also, they fled at one point. They came back. They left. They came back. They were hanging out at grandma's house. It gives you a general area. This is coming from SF Investigates. Right there, the trash. Trash. The corner of their home. Yeah, somebody said their whole house is garbage. Yeah, it is. I'm shocked that Jake was even allowed to be around children.
I don't know where he's getting this video footage from, though. So,
considering he's on felony.
I'm going to mute him because it is, this guy. But anyways, this is literally investigators. Just because they're digging in the trash right there doesn't mean it's for any specific reason. This is literally what happens when they search a house, especially for a missing child that they believe has been murdered. They are going to comb through everything. They're going to dig through the trash. They're going to dig through everything. That's why there's a ton of people there still. That's why police officers are there still, because they have to go through every part of that house. Just because he's digging in it doesn't mean they think there's something significant in it. It's just it's just a part of what they have to do. They don't want to miss anything. I mean, what if something was in the trash? And it would have been right there and they didn't look. So it's just, I think any of us in this chat knows that. Like, him saying like they must think something's in the trash. No, but they want to make sure. They want to make sure nothing's in the trash. And there's so many rumors coming out right now too that it's hard to keep up with what exactly is true. Yes. It's her cousin. It's Rebecca's cousin that has custody of the kids, from my understanding. And I read or I saw a video where they said Rebecca had 2 other kids, 2 older kids. Yeah, if they find receipts, it could put them in certain places at certain times. Exactly. I thought the other baby that was beaten was by his other wife. Yes. So Jake has been with 3 women and has children by 3 women, right? So the first woman that he was with, he has the kids that they were at the ball game, right? They were at the ball game for that. Then he has another one that he had the girl with, the little girl. Well, no, because it would make. Oh, it's okay. It's the mom's. Yeah, it's the mom's side. It's not Rebecca, but his middle. I don't know if he's been married 3 times, but he got 3 baby mamas. Jake got 3 baby mamas. His first baby mama was the boy that was playing football that they were allegedly at the game. The middle baby mama was the little girl that he beat, and then he got Vanessa, and him and Vanessa had Emmanuel. Now they both have children outside of each other because I heard did I say Vanessa? Rebecca got kids as well, like 2 older daughters. Um, they had Emmanuel, and then they had a 2-year-old that was removed after Emmanuel went missing. God, I need to make myself a timeline. My brain ain't functioning that great, and I'm forgetting details too. Yeah, and Rebecca's ex didn't even know that Rebecca got married and had 2 other kids. Exactly. So that just goes to show you that, like, Rebecca had nothing to do with her older kids. Um, this is just a drone or something like that capturing footage from above. I'm gonna go back to. We're gonna go to Facebook really quickly. I'm not sure where that is. In the house. Outside of the house. We're gonna go to Facebook to see what's up over there. All right, get that out there. Breaking news. I know lots of you have been following this one. Okay. He's been arrested. Parents been arrested. They have announced the arrest of 2 parents in connection with the disappearance of 7-month-old son who has been missing for more than a week. The infant, identified as Emmanuel Haro, was first reported missing on the evening of August 14th. According to the initial report from the child's mother, Rebecca Haro, she claimed she was attacked by an unknown man outside a retail store in Ukaipa while changing her son's diaper. She told investigators she was knocked unconscious and woke up to find her baby missing. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department responded, immediately deploying scent tracking dogs and conducting searches in the area. However, Emmanuel was not located. Investigators soon noted inconsistencies in Rebecca's story, raising suspicion and possible foul play. On Friday, officials confirmed that Rebecca and the child's father, Jake, were taken into custody at their home in Cabazon. Authorities have since executed multiple search warrants at the Haro residence and received hours of surveillance footage connected to the investigation. Now, I watched a video where it said one of the guys that would go, like, there was literally everywhere. He went to a Mexican restaurant right across the street and asked them, like, hey, do y'all have surveillance footage going into the Big Five parking lot? They said, yes, we do. And he said, can I see it? And they were like, the police already got it. And he was like, do you got a copy? And they were like, no, we don't have a copy. We had to give it to the police. And then there's a Marlena's jewelry store across the way as well. And they allegedly had footage as well that they turned over to the police. And from what's been reported, they said you could see her drive into the parking lot, but nobody else drove in and nobody else left. So it was just her in that specific area. Also, the house allegedly had cameras and everything was deleted. The couple's public pleas earlier this week for the safe return of their son are now under scrutiny as investigators continue to piece together the circumstances surrounding Emmanuel's disappearance. It was also revealed that Jake Haro previously pled guilty in 2018 to a charge of willful cruelty to a child. Crime scene tape now surrounds the Haro residence 8 days after baby Emmanuel was reported missing, allegedly kidnapped, though doubts were raised from the start. Both parents were just arrested, have been arrested.
Fence, and this is the scene now. Again, we are here. Jake and Rebecca Haro did get arrested, and they are in the back of these cars right here. These unmarked cars.
Hold on, they're searching this house now. They're searching the house where the girl came out and changed, the sister. They're searching the house where they're over here in this red house. Oh my God, everybody, we got it. We got it. Everybody, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. We got it. Thank you guys for hanging out the other day. Sorry we didn't go live or anything because we literally had we literally got banned. So here we are now, and we got it. We got it. Right here, that front white vehicle right here, not the one off to the side, and then the black one over there. That's where Jake and Rebecca are in. They got the parents. I think they're searching for the baby. They looked into the shed. There was nothing. Oh, hi. Hi, guys. Are you guys recording? Yeah. Hi, guys. Are you guys recording? Yeah.
It won't let me like the live? What? Why not? Where's the audio for you, Missy?
Baby boy are now under arrest. We are following breaking news out of Los Angeles, where police just announced the parents of a missing 7-month-old baby boy are now under arrest. Multiple law enforcement agencies blocking off roads and surrounding a home, looking through areas of the backyard. Now, 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro has been missing since August 14th. Police say his parents recently stopped cooperating with this investigation. Investigators say his mother claims she was attacked as she was changing his diaper in a store parking lot and heard someone yelling from behind her before falling to the ground. She says she lost consciousness. When she woke up, her baby was gone. Now, again, Emmanuel Haro's parents are now under arrest in connection with their missing 7-month-old son. There's no word yet on whether police have located baby Emmanuel.
Okay, I wanted to find the Pascal show, and I did. So I want to share some of his videos. And I'm not too familiar with this guy, but
News, it looks like Rebecca and Jake Otto are about to get arrested, or they are getting arrested right now as we speak. Apparently, they found a body. Police have found a body, and now the parents are getting arrested in connection to
well,
this
this is not true. There's not been a body verified. So
whole missing and possible unaliving case. Again, I'm about to go live. We're going to get into it here in just a little bit. So click on that live. This is just breaking news. I'll see you guys on the live.
Hey, Cordy's Matt Johnson. I'm here in Southern California, and we're investigating the case of missing 7-month-old baby Emmanuel. I'm in front of the parents' home. As you can see, people are leaving stuffed animals in this sign. They're also leaving candles. Well, a few moments ago, I ran into the parents here in front of their home. They were not answering my questions. You're going to see that interaction tonight on Court TV. Hey, Cordy's Matt. Hey, Cordy.
Y'all, we got some breaking news. It looks like Rebecca and Jake Otto are about to get arrested.
there was a couple other ones I wanted you guys to see.
Absolute mess. Why is he still out here free?
I'm sorry.
But there's
I'll pull
something
your
else that
eardrums
has to
out.
do with something that happened in his past. Now, if you guys don't know, okay, Jake Otto was arrested and was convicted on felony charges that had to do with his 10-week-old daughter. She is now named Promise, okay? He did some very terrible things alongside his then wife, Vanessa. They both were charged and sent to prison for some time, a very short amount of time, which they should have been in there for a long time. Now, the thing is with Promise, the things that they did to her, there were so many wounds and et cetera on her to the point where she can only use 3% of her brain. She can't talk. She's blind. She can't walk. Okay. She will be dependent on a person for the rest of her life. Her life was basically taken by those two, by Jake and Vanessa. Okay. He also has other children out there, and they are, they've all have their fair share of problems as well because of Vanessa's alcoholism and, of course, her substance abuse for lack of a better term. Okay. Now, again, we've talked about what he did to this 10-week-old girl. Okay. And now we know who she is and what's going on. But there's something more going on here, okay? A restraining order has been filed. And I'm telling you right now, all of this is going to make sense, okay? It's all, even with when it comes to Promise and everything that happened to her, all of it is going to make sense here in just a little bit. But he had a previous wife, okay? Just follow me for a second. He had a previous wife before. So before Rebecca, before Vanessa, there was Isabel Gonzalez, okay? Isabel Gonzalez just filed a DV restraining order against Jake Haro just a little bit ago. This is brand new, okay? And she is basically saying she wants protection against Jake, protecting her and their son that they made together, Eli. Now, this is also some very important information. Eli was the one playing football. They were all together watching the football game. Remember the infamous football game that Rebecca allegedly left with Emmanuel to go to Big Five sporting goods store to get the mouth guard. But unfortunately, something tragic happened. She had the tragic fall and she tragically lost Emmanuel, right? And the guy who tapped her on the shoulder and said, "Hola," taking the kid. All that stuff happened. But what's interesting about all this is that she claims, we now get information that Isabel, who was at the football game watching Eli play football, is standing there alongside Jake. She claims she did not see Emmanuel at the football game, that he was never to be seen. Now, again, grandma's been out here speaking a lot. And she even said the reason why no one saw the kid at the football game is because Rebecca was saying the kid wasn't vaccinated. So she was really worried about the kid being around other people, given the fact that he didn't get the poke yet. Okay, he didn't get the shots yet, which is also very interesting as well. So no one saw the baby. Okay, and that's what we're also hearing from other people at the football game, that there was never any sighting of Emmanuel alive and breathing, right? So again, this is all very, very interesting stuff. And I'm sorry for coming to you guys with just giving you all this information right out the gate, but I just want to give it to you guys before we go into this article. Again, this is very, very nuts. The other part with Isabel claims that while he was married to his second wife, Vanessa, the other monster that did these terrible things to Promise, and now Promise is bound to a wheelchair and basically, hate to say it, but a vegetable. Basically, it's terrible. Okay, they apparently mistreated Eli too, leaving him by himself, unattended at age 3 years old, leaving water and food on tables so that they can go out and do their thing, leaving him all by himself to fend for himself for hours on end. This is not what parenting is. This is not what you do. Okay, especially, regardless, but most importantly, when it's a 3-year-old, okay? But they would just leave and let the kid do whatever they wanted, which is absolutely insane, okay? These are all claims that were coming from Isabel Gonzalez, okay? And rightfully so. She puts out a seeking protection for her and for her son, because this guy is an absolute freaking monster. And I think we all know that now. Now, we got to get into this article, okay? Because again, a DV restraining order has been filed against Jake Haro. And I'm telling you right now, what does that tell you? Does it seem like he's a nice guy? Does it seem like he's an innocent dude? Oh, don't worry, I'll answer it for you. No, it doesn't seem like that. Hell to the no. Hell no. It doesn't seem like he's a good man. This is a monster. And I still don't know how he was able to get out of prison after 6 months to be a father again and again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? Which is wild to me. But here it is, okay? Court documents reviewed by News Channel 3 show that Isabel Gonzalez has filed a DV restraining order against her ex-husband, Jake Haro. The request, filed August 19th in Riverside Family Court, also seeks protection for the couple's son. She wants nothing to do. She wants him as far away from her kid as possible. And again, isn't this a little bit of a heads up? Isn't this a kind of a hint that she believes that Jake has something to do with the disappearance of Emmanuel? I'm just saying.
Possibly.
Instantly, on the 19th, 5 days after this kid is reported missing and police are side-eyeing the hell out of these two, Rebecca and Jake, she files a DV restraining order instead of going online and being like, let's find Emmanuel. Nope. She files a DV restraining order immediately to protect her own kid. It's a dead giveaway, in my personal opinion. Dead-ash giveaway. So according to the court filings, Haro and Gonzalez married in 2016 before divorcing later that year. So it was a quick one, all right? From 2016 to 2019, the two were involved in an ongoing custody dispute. Court documents also obtained by News Channel 3 show Haro was convicted, which we already know about this, of cruelty, okay, to a little, stemming from a case in 2018. Remember, he dropped the baby, all that stuff, crackle in the back, all that stuff. It's so bad.
Okay.
Just go back to that other video, and don't worry, I'll have it pinned up here so you could just click on it and just take a trip down memory lane. The information is shocking, okay? So he was sentenced to probation, jail time through a work release program. A work release program. You know what that means, right? And then he, of course, so he was able to breathe in some of this freedom air to a certain extent, which is wild. Okay?
Yep.
But then he was also ordered to do a treatment program. Okay? So while still on probation in 2024, he was arrested in Banning because he was charged with illegally possessing a pew-pew with ammunition. Okay? The case remains active in the Riverside County Superior Court. The restraining order filing adds another layer to his ongoing legal challenges, which now span family and criminal courts. He is doing he doing the most. Long story short, he is doing the most. But let's go over to Channel 3 News with the report. Let's take a listen.
Huddled in Cabazon in front of the Haro home. Remember, we showed you the pair of the first people that came up and hanged this "Justice for Baby Emmanuel Haro" sign. Well, people have been making additions this morning, and it's grown a lot. You can see balloons. We have teddy bears that are placed here. It's a reminder of what this story is all about. New today, News Channel 3 has confirmed through court documents that there was a restraining order filed by the ex-wife of Jake Haro on August 19th. Those details are up on our website right now. Stick with News Channel 3 as we continue the frantic search for missing Emmanuel Haro.
Now, I'm telling you right now, Jake and Rebecca have a lot of explaining to do. Okay, they have a lot to explain because they are absolutely screwed. Okay, now Rebecca doesn't have as much of a tarnished.
We're gonna go back to Dolly's Vision because I think he's still out there. I'm gonna go back to him and see if he's still out there and if he's still live, and just kind of see what's happening. My question, why Isabel would computer let him see Eli after leaving him alone? I know. Maybe, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
It looks like there's reporters out there, but I've heard they're supposed to
I'm about to cool the phone off because it likes to overheat.
They're going to do some sort of public statement. The sheriff's department.
Have they said anything yet?
What is that called?
They confirmed that they have been charged with murder.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
But they haven't said they found a baby or nothing yet.
But they have been charged.
They've been charged with murder. Okay. Okay. I overheated, guys. They have confirmed the mother, father have been arrested for murder.
The second wife should have. Yes, exactly, for sure. They should check the washes in the area, like the laundry places. Is that what you're saying?
Did you get the lawyer?
No.
He just walked through.
Did he?
I'll send you that footage that I got on.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see the lawyer walk through. My phone overheated. It cuts off when it overheats. That's why I got to keep it near the air conditioner. Like, it's so hot out here, this iPhone overheats no matter. If I'm out there 10 minutes, it's overheating. Okay, the lawyer is here, guys. Can y'all hear me? Give me the thumbs up.
Oh, sorry.
Let me see it. Play it, and I'll pull it in front of my camera.
I don't have my glasses on. Where's
Oh, no. All right, here we go. Here's the lawyer coming through.
What are you?
There's a lawyer showing up.
Oh, there's a lawyer. I thought the lawyer. I thought Dolly was there. Oh, what? Oh, okay.
That is the lawyer on
Okay,
scene.
I get what you're saying now. I'm like,
Can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up,
laundry
guys.
detergent? Like a laundry?
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
What am I thinking? A laundromat is what I was thinking of. Yes, that's Jake Haro's lawyer.
All right, here you go. Hey, hopefully my sound is back. You guys give me a thumbs up. That was the lawyer of Jake and Rebecca Haro showing up on the scene. 8,000 people in the room. You guys make sure y'all give this video a like, sub up if you ain't, help us hit 78,000 subscribers. Yeah, he is a POS. Well, he will never hurt another child. He has been charged with the murder. Just coming in that the mother and the father have been charged with the murder of baby Emmanuel Haro. And this is the first piece of justice and a long line of justice to follow. Hopefully these people would never have the opportunity to hurt another child again. The lawyer is a big POS too, I agree.
It's hustling, you know? It's funny enough. I respect the hustle. Yeah. And then, can I grab one of the water?
Yeah. Hey guys, if y'all need any iced water or anything, there's some iced water in the pool.
I love that he shared his water with him.
Hell no.
Man, you're a lifesaver, brother.
Not a problem. I meant to sub you up. I'm going to sub you up today.
You're going to what?
Sub the channels up today.
Oh, okay. Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
My girl was saying she watches.
Who?
My girl.
Oh, okay.
She watches.
Tell her I said, yes, sir. Well, like cool news, cockeyed guy. So I came up with another slogan, the cockeyed guy, or the cockeyed news guy. YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. Get down in there low and they're probably calling.
All right, thank you.
Not a problem.
Where does it keep going?
Yeah, that's what I got them for. I got cases of water and ice. And trying to keep it.
I'm trying to close this and bring up something else, but
yeah. Anybody wants something, y'all make y'all something home. No problem. I got cases of it.
Find this child. He's holed up in his house with his family because they are not getting the support that they need. They have people trampling on their property. They have death threats being made. All of the reports I'm seeing on social media that Jake and his wife are running, have fled the country, have fled the jurisdiction, they're at their home. They're at their home, holed up, scared for their own safety, grieving for their son. I have personally spent time with Jake and have seen the emotions in his face. He is not in any way running, hiding, or doing anything to exhibit any behaviors of somebody that is trying to be deceptive in this case.
And we've learned Jake pled guilty to child cruelty charges in a separate 2018 case out of Riverside County. According to court records, he's currently on probation for those charges after he was convicted and jailed in 2023 and is also facing additional charges for weapons possession. Meanwhile, the nonprofit organization Uvalde Foundation for Kids, we've learned, has withdrawn its $5,000 reward in search efforts, citing the parents' unwillingness to cooperate with the investigation. Now, back out here live, when speaking with the father's attorney, he told me that since that initial missing child's poster went up, several of them all throughout the Inland Empire, they've had to discontinue their numbers because they've been receiving around-the-clock death threats and also have been getting visits at their Cabazon home. We're going to hear more from that attorney coming up at 10 o'clock. For now, live in San Bernardino, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you for that update.
No offense, but if you're paying over $30 a month for car insurance, you're getting ripped off.
I was thinking there'd be a press conference somewhere. How's Nancy Grace home? Right. Yeah, I don't think there will be any factual info until they do a press conference and the police department hasn't said anything yet. I thought, well, you're right. The police department hasn't said anything about one yet, but they were saying at some point, I heard them saying there would be a press release. And I thought, well, surely there will be. There's been an arrest. Usually when, there's a lot of media attention on the case and then they make an arrest, they do a press conference. But sometimes the press conference can be later, later that day, the next day, whatever. So it may not even be, it may still be a while before they do a press conference. I think they took the award away because this was for missing persons, and then they realized, like, oh, this may be more not a kidnapping and a missing child like that someone took, but a murder investigation. I thought that's why they took it away, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Making sure to grab whatever you want, man. That's what I got on for. Go low so they're cold.
What's that?
Go low down and you'll get the cold ones. Dolly bringing Southern hospitality to Cali. I try. I don't want to see, you guys got the water what PJ did. PJ and everybody sending ice and stuff like that. I wish I had a bigger cooler. Go low. Go low down and they're colder.
Yeah.
Dolly, you were on CBS. I was on CBS LA. Cool, thank you for letting me know. Dolly, put up some shirts in your back window. Well, I'm good. I'm in the car. The car seems to be running fine. I got AC going.
Honestly, right now, I don't think we're going to get anything more than this. The police have been arrested. There's investigators all over the house. They have another search warrant going on. The police department said they have not found the baby, but the parents have been arrested and charged with murder. So yeah, until something else happens, you guys, I will be gone later today. My son has a football game, but I'll try to make sure I post either. I'll give posted updates when I know more over on my Facebook, and I'll try to do it on my community tab as well. But just make sure you hit the subscribe button. Go follow me over on Facebook at Elle Bee, because I will definitely give updates there. I'll try to remember to post it over here too, and I'll be leaving here in a couple of hours, so I won't be able to go live because I'll be headed to my son's football game. But yeah, just I don't know. We'll continue to keep up with this the best way that we can, because I do believe there'll be a press conference soon. If for some reason the baby is found, I will cover it as soon as I can. But You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. I figured this was coming. I really figured they would arrest them first for lying to the police before they even arrested them for murder, but it looks like they held off on what they thought they could get, and they ended up getting, you know, the evidence that they think that they have for a murder case. So you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Oh, I'm going to be live over on Elle Bee with some drama about Janelle Evans and Jace. Janelle put Jace on a plane and sent him back to North Carolina. She took his phone. However, he has access to the internet because about an hour ago he was posting about Janelle again. So we're going to go live over there in about 30 minutes. Bye, guys.